All right, welcome to another episode of the Hoppy Craftsmen podcast. I am here with Edward Flamingo Gomez.
You are Chris.
Yeah, thanks. I am Chris, the magician Sandback.
How come you get a cool nickname?
Yeah, that's how it works, man.
I
You do the
guess
intro
when you
next
do
time.
Yeah, when you do the intro, you make the rules.
Yeah, listen, next time you do it.
Right. I'm just mad because I make you do the intro. You have no idea what the show's about.
Yeah, well, listen, that's really tough, and I try to do it fast, so your super manly thighs with their own warmth of beer.
Yeah.
They would be so upset right now with you
would.
and your warm beers in your pocket.
Listen, I walk from the beer cooler right here. And
They're going to explode everywhere. Hopefully put them over the mixer. Let's see what happens.
They might. So these are my favorite episodes because you have no idea what I have in store.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to show you the beer and you think it's going to go one way and it's not going to go that way.
I mean, listen, to be fair, I make an outline for the shows and then nobody looks at the outline. So I really know the feeling of this is in general. So it's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. Whatever.
I put all my hard work into it. So I'm going to give you the beer.
Oh, no.
I'll give you one guess on what the show's about.
Okay.
So here's the beer.
That's just one? Or is it the same beer twice?
No. Yeah.
All right. Can one.
Oh, it's the same beer.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
drinking the same thing.
This is Arizona Dreamsicle Double IPA from Arizona Wilderness. Double IPA with AZ oranges, vanilla, lactose, and citra hops. It's hard to say, Allison.
So what's your guess on what this show's about?
8.5. Using lactose in beer, isn't it dead?
No.
Because I think so.
Yes. All right.
Thanks for listening, everybody. That was a really good episode. I think it is. Listen, I know we made a very big lactose bomb. That's like, 12% back in the day. And at that point, it was good because there was a bunch of that's what you did.
Especially on nitro.
Yeah. Oh, nitro was awesome. But now I'm just over it. Like, it's just, all the beers have like lactose in them. I'm like, fuck off.
No, this is not a beer trends that are dead show. I thought you would have went a little more negative considering my history on this show about wilderness.
Is the wilderness brewer? I only got one. Yeah. Sorry, guys. There's a lot. Listen, listen, you listen to this episode and then go to our Instagram post about it. And then you tell everybody what you thought this episode was going to be about.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot of homework.
Good. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen to the episode, then go to the Instagram post and do it. And then tell Ed that he was wrong. This is the wrong title for the episode.
Right. Well, yeah. So this episode is the Arizona Weekend Guide to Craft Beer.
All right. I'm going to pour this, Ed. I'm going to pour it.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if I'm good, getting better at pouring.
Yes. I can't see, my computer's in the way.
Perfect. This is a good pour. That can's completely empty.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pick up that can, there's going to be nothing in it?
Yeah.
Can I just push it over?
No, don't do that.
So this kind of spawned from me getting tired of when I do the stupid random lists of the top 10 beers in Arizona. And it's always some goofy ass beer. It's either Four Peaks or some dumb shit.
All right.
The last research I did, White Russian from Sunup pops up all the time.
Did you put quotes around that when you said that?
Yeah.
Research? You said research.
I think
when I did a Google search last time.
There was another thing I looked at that the top 10 beers available in Arizona, there wasn't a single Arizona beer on that list.
Oh, man.
And then the top beers in Arizona, I think 10, or at least 12 of the top 20 and all of the top 10 were Superstition Meadery on this list.
Yeah, it's they're not a brewery.
Right.
Yeah. I think we should. We talked about it. we really made fun of Mouth by Southwest about the cans you can get, the beer, all the Arizona beers you can get into a can or whatever.
Right.
We should do an episode about that. Maybe for the Patreon episode, people about what, because we said I can make you a list of that. We should make that list. Let's make that list and do a Patreon episode on that.
Well, this is kind of a list like that.
Are we drinking 12 beers all of a sudden, Ed?
No,
this is gonna be a real late night at your house.
So this is basically, if you come to Arizona for a weekend, these are the beers and the breweries you should visit.
All right, cool.
So it's kind of a weighted system.
Do I get to disagree with all your stuff?
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. I'm good.
Because I know you will on a few of them.
I was going to anyways, so no matter what your answer was.
It started off as one of those typical top 10 beers you should try, and I could have easily done beers that are obsolete and you can't get anymore.
Yeah, you should.
Nobody can get them anymore. You're like, well, sorry about you.
It was delicious 20 years ago.
And then I didn't want to do like top 10 breweries because that's pretty self-explanatory in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean,
and the beers would be pretty predictable. So it's
a top 10 for each. I mean, South Arizona,
right?
Phoenix.
And then there's that too. It's like, well, because we get it, and I'll explain this. We're in Arizona prime time right now.
Yeah.
We just had the Waste Management Open. We just had the Super Bowl, Barrett Jackson, spring training. Like this is the time to be in Arizona.
Oh, 100%.
And 100% there's a chance that somebody on a blog like Reddit or whatever asks like, yeah, I'm going to Phoenix. Can I take a day trip to Grand Canyon? Like, absolutely not.
There's some beer advocate forum post like heading to Phoenix for spring training. What should I try, guys?
Oh, San Diego Beer News put out an article as I was writing this. And they basically, it's a good in-depth article. You should check it out.
All right.
You'll put it in the link. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
But it's basically every brewery in the area of the stadium.
They just said about like the guild list of all the breweries in San Diego. Cool.
No, it's in Arizona. It's like, I think it's the Padres because the Padres play here.
Right.
They're like, yeah, if you're going to see the Padres, go check out these Arizona breweries based on their location to
okay.
To the,
yeah, that's kind of nice.
But it's literally almost every brewery located close to.
So their search radius went from like 5 miles to 45 miles.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, no.
But then you don't want to put a list together and be like, oh, yeah, you need to go to Tombstone. In Tombstone, that's fucking a day and a half trip.
Yeah, that's a little
You don't want to go to Flagstaff. You're not going to Flagstaff. You're probably not going to go to Flagstaff.
Nope.
Tucson, same thing.
Right.
So it's kind of a mixture of beers and breweries that you should hit up in a weekend based on there is some rare beers, but if you can't find them, there's alternatives.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
So you want to start with the honorable mentions?
Yes. That's usually where you start a list.
Right. So this is my joke. I'm proud of this joke.
All right. Thanks.
You're taking credit for my joke. My first one is for the honorable mentions is Santan Brewing, Mr. Pineapple, but only if you're within 3 feet of a body of water.
Oh, that's probably true. 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd expect bigger.
I mean, yeah. It's like, listen, spring training time gets up. It's weird because March here is kind of like, it could be a little warm or it could be actually still nice for a little bit. Like we still hold on to that springtime for us.
Yeah.
So, you might be getting in the pools and doing some stuff, but
you're definitely wearing sandals, shorts, and maybe a hoodie.
Yeah. Locals
in the morning.
Locals are doing this, right? That's what I'm saying. Like locals are actually. That's if you see people from here, like, oh, it's short weather time. We get the sandals out. I'm gonna enjoy this a little bit before fucking the real heat hits. Mr. Pineapple all summer.
Right.
All right.
So my next honorable mention is the beer we're drinking.
Okay.
First of all, this beer has been all over the place as far as consistency, and I would say that's Arizona wilderness in a nutshell.
Wow. So. All right, let's talk.
That's exactly why this.
Let's take a minute and talk about that real quick. That tastes like a peach pie for some odd reason to me, and I haven't drinking peach water at all or peach tea.
You didn't pull that. You didn't have
like it tastes like there's like a lot of the lactose is there for sure because the lactose is in there. The vanilla is just overpowering.
There's a lot of vanilla in this.
Holy smokes! And I don't know if it's because of that. It gives me like the spices, like the cinnamon and the stuff, like that it just comes through, but that tastes not like tastes like a cobbler.
Right.
Which is
it's
weird,
not
but not even a good cobbler. That's really interesting. It is dark. This is a dark beer.
Comparatively. And this is fresh. This isn't like old beer.
Okay. Listen, I mean, there's times in the past where we like really needed to come get this beer. Like we like buy cases of it. It was so good. And then it went to
not it anymore.
No, and then it went to like some frozen concentrate weirdness to it, and then this tastes like a lot of they used whatever vanilla they used in here.
It must have been a pie vanilla because now that you say that there is a lot of pie spice in there that I get.
Weird.
Like if you didn't tell me this was orange and didn't have orange all over the front of it, I wouldn't think it was an orange beer.
Yeah, there's like no really orange flavor in that. So much vanilla. That's like full. All right. Sorry. Full of vanilla. Moving on. All right.
So that kind of preempted this. So that's why Arizona Wilderness is an honorable mention because Dreamsicles we're checking out if you're here for it. July 11th is another beer I've been greatly disappointed in.
Yeah.
The last one we had tasted like dirt.
Had a beet taste to it.
Right. It tasted like beet.
Dirt.
Beet.
Root.
Battlestar Galactica and
bears.
Yep. And then the Dirty Hop Water series, which I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while either. It kind of hurts my soul to say this, but if you're in town for a spring training game, right, you should go check out Arizona Wilderness's food and have a beer while you're there.
And we always say that if the first thing you say about a brewery is their food, then it's probably not a great brewery.
Food's amazing still. Food is really good. It's always been.
Is it though? They got rid of the when pigs fly, the poutine.
Yeah, but
shredded pork or pulled pork poutine.
Yeah, they still have the lollipop drumstick chicken things. You can like dry, you can snake it, and I mean, there's just a lot of really good food there still. Like the burgers, the peanut butter burger, really good. So yeah, I mean, they have good food. I mean, at this point, last time I've been there, food was still really good. So,
right,
do that.
So that's kind of how this list is going. If Dreamsicle's available, that's the only. If Dreamsicle, July 11th, and Dirty Hop Water, which they haven't done in a while that I've seen.
Yeah.
If those are available, then you should go to Arizona Wilderness.
Right.
Other than that, not really worth it. So that's why it's an honorable mention. That's that's kind of the theme of the list.
Okay.
The next honorable mention is Borderlands, because of a beer we'll probably never see again, and it's sad, is Grabthar's Hammer.
Oh, Grabthar's Hammer was so good.
And Double Dry Hop Tool Avenue.
Yeah, so Grabthar's Hammer, man, I don't think we'll probably never see that. Adam's not there anymore. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, and that beer was amazing.
The Tool Ave is killer, man. Even the normal Tool Ave. You can get the normal Tool Ave when you see someplace.
And I haven't seen that from Borderlands. I don't know what's going on down there, but...
And it was crazy because when we talked to Justin at Wandering Tortoise, he said that was one of the best seller beers, and like we'd go there. That's one of the places you can only find it. I mean, I really think that if it was in more places, they'd sell a lot more of it, but I don't think they're producing it like they should.
Right. I haven't seen the German chocolate in a while.
Yeah. Again, maybe just still feeling some of the effects of COVID, and they're trying to get back to production where they need to be.
Right.
So trying to, I mean, that's the thing is like people are going to they're going to pull back and start making sure that they take care of their in-house stuff first. And then once they're okay there, then they can expand it out again. And I think everybody kind of like, they did that. They shrunk down in. And so hopefully, this is the optimist in me. That's really thinking that, because Tool Ave was phenomenal. It's and the double dry hopped was freaking bananas. So,
right. So now we'll get into the top 10.
Okay. It's top, 4, 5, and then break, and then come back.
Well, bottom 4, 5, then break?
Yeah, bottom 4, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, topping the numbers.
Right.
Okay,
so number 10 is Tombstone. Do you know what beer I have for...
Oh, man. I mean, Oregon Lots?
Yep, that's exactly what I put. All Oregon Lots.
Dude, all the Oregon Lot series, so good from them.
The reason they're so low is because a lot of them, no pun intended, taste the same.
They have a lot of beers that are very similar.
A lot of IPAs that are a lot of IPA beers.
And I think it's very nuanced in some of their stuff. I think like they change a hop, or they put a hop in a different time. Like it's a lot of weedy experimenting with the brewing process, and then they're like, this is a different beer, and they put it in their name on, they put it out.
And good for them, not trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
Right. Which is cool. And it gives them freedom to kind of do what they want and brew what they want and then figure it out. So, but yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that's good.
And then you have like the snozberries, taste like snozberries. That's a good, decent beer. Like if you can find it, and that's a seasonal beer.
It's funny. Like I like Tombstone. To me, feels like a good record. Like there's a lot of good hits on there, and there's some really good.
There's history there.
Like, there's some really good underliers that are like, these aren't the greatest things in the world, but they're really good to listen to. And there's some ones that are just fucking bangers, dude.
Right. And that's
awesome.
That's why they're number 10, because the two after Oregon Lots are the reason. Like you definitely need to go there, or the other place that these are available.
Okay.
Is Spawn of Erp, which is a collab with, I think it's
Casual Pint.
Casual Pint.
Yeah, Spawn was good, dude.
And then Hops for My Co-Pilot with Ground Control.
Ground Control.
Like if those two beers are available, you should definitely go to Tombstone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, go to Tombstone. If you find them at a bottle shop, fucking snag them.
Right.
Those are always good beers.
See, so I'm off to a good start.
The Hops and the Co-Pilot are like, and they definitely kind of tweak that recipe and change up the hops to that one each year too. And they've always been just good. And I mean, listen to, we have an episode with Ian from Ground Control, man, and we do one too, but Ian, like that guy, talk about a guy that loved craft beer, right? Took over a place that did craft beer and coffee.
Right. He went from patron to owner real quick.
Still loves craft beer and loves like all things about it. Like it's great to meet people that like have that, like, it's like, listen, I didn't do this because I knew it was gonna be lucrative. I did it because I'm passionate about craft beer.
Right. And
talking to that dude and just hanging out with him, you get that from him. You understand that he's like, I pick our beers we want because I like these beers. I know what's good in the community. I follow craft beer trends. I try the beers. Like I saw him at Monkish. Okay, we were in California. We were like pulling the Monkish, and he walks in the damn door. And I was like, what are the fucking odds that we see Ian in California at Monkish?
And he's probably the main reason why we have Pseudo Sue here.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, both those beers spawn over. That Casual Pint is great. And then, the freaking, even Sun on Earp actually isn't too bad.
Right.
But yeah, the Spawn of Earp and then the Hops My Co-Pilot. Those two, agreed. All right, let's go.
So it's going to be easy because you're not going to argue with anything now after this. Number 9 is Pedal House. Because a day drinker. It's probably the most consistent beer on this list.
Okay.
And then the secondary beer for that would be White Rabbit.
I don't think I've ever had the White Rabbit.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yes. We literally talked to Doc and we drank that beer.
Oh, listen, that episode, if you want to go back and listen to it, was a crazy episode.
Right.
We drank, they had we did it at the brewery, and then in Tempe, and that one was actually attached to the restaurant too, right? And so they had a waitress come to us, and she was on the money, dude. She came over every 2 minutes and was like, and I didn't say anything, and Julian kept being like, another round, and just kept giving us beers and stuff. And so I don't remember what we drank a lot of the time there. I just remember them being like, she would be like, yep, here you go. And he ordered it. I was like, okay, thanks.
Funny enough, go back and listen to that episode because it's probably our most heavily edited episode.
Oh yeah,
we were there for several hours.
Yeah, we edited a lot out of that episode. Doc, super cool guy, super knowledgeable. Like, it would be really interesting, and I don't know if it's, maybe it's happened and we just haven't know it, but like, it's really cool to get a couple of people that are super technical brewers together and talk to them on a forum someday.
Because, I've experienced that because I think it was at the beer festival when John Rowley and Weedy from Tombstone were talking. Well, I was like, I don't know shit about beer.
Listen, when we did that episode in Tombstone with them, and John invited us down, because John was going down there, and he invited us down to Tombstone to go ahead, record with him, and he's like, hey, we see if Weedy wants to do it with us. It was listening to those two guys talk about beer. It was like we're all looking at each other like, I have no idea. Like, you guys are on another level with some of that stuff. It was awesome to listen to. It was great to be part of. Like, it was awesome. We is awesome. John is amazing. If you listen to this podcast ever, you know that we love John. And just listen to them talk about stuff. But having a John Rowley, a Weedy, a fucking Doc, some of these people that make listen, as much as I'm not a huge fan of that lager, like you said, it's consistent and they win gold medals for it, which is crazy. And so if that's your style of beer you want to drink, then that's when you should be drinking in Arizona. 100%. That is if you like lagers, that's the beer you should drink. That dude's going to make that beer for you, and it's going to be spot on every time.
Right. And that's kind of what I was shooting for is okay, if you see a list and it says White Russian from Sunup, no, that is not the beer that or any other, you or any other kind of beer person would suggest in Arizona as somebody's first beer.
No.
Or if you're spending a weekend in Arizona.
Yeah. Listen, at this point, no. Right? 6 years ago, maybe. Yeah. White Russian was a really good beer when it came out, but it currently doesn't exist really. So, all right. Sorry, Ed. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm still not going to disagree with you. Keep going.
No, that's number 8. I have Oro for obvious reasons. I would say it's the heart of downtown Mesa right now.
Okay.
The beer you need to go for is the Singularity series. It's kind of like their one hop beer. I think right now they're currently doing a Galaxy version, but they change the hop every time they brew it. I think.
And we talked about this internally, but like McKiller did one. Like actually, I think I talked about this in the podcast before, but like I loved that series from McKiller. Like it was the greatest thing ever. Like it was definitely one of those things where, as a beer drinker, I got to try a beer that was only a single hop, right? And for me, it was great to be able, like, I could pick out what that did for that beer, right? And so it helped my palate distinguish some of these things. Like we talk about all the time, like, I don't like cashmere, or I don't like this, right? And sometimes it's hard to like distinguish, like, okay, well, what is it, the cashmere, or is it the other things you do in there that like it? And I think those single hop series help with a ton of that stuff. I mean, in general, that series is great. I mean, Oro in general, like, is in a cool part of town. They make really good beer, right?
Well, yeah, you had the Qualpa at the Strong Beer Festival,
dude. Awesome. Like
that one's not on my list, but the Give Pete a Chances, which is a peaty stout.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's right.
Like, which is super good. It's not overpowering with peat. It's not like drinking an old scotch, but it has that kind of hint of it, which is really good.
Which is weird because the Qualpa I tried had kind of that smokiness to it. It was like a little smokiness, but like you said, that was even stronger. I mean, it makes sense because you say peat, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be some scotch,
right? Scotch
peatness to it. So, all right, I get it. Yeah, no, and listen, talk about close to spring training like facilities in general. Yeah,
like down the street.
You're really in between two of them, right?
Right.
So,
and then the Mesorita, because that was a good. I think it's a collab with Cider Core.
Oh, I didn't have that. No,
but we had that at the Sour and Sweet Fest.
Did we really?
Yeah, the Mesorita.
My gosh.
Yeah, God, you don't pay attention.
I don't pay attention to names, Ed. Sorry.
Number 7 on my list is BRI. What do you think beer I picked?
Oh, I mean, like, I
didn't go with the easy choice because it's not.
That's. I mean, 4 OG would be the easy choice.
That is the reason to go to BRI if you visit Arizona.
Yeah.
The one I picked is, if you're in Arizona at the right time, is Street Cred, which is a black IPA.
It is good. Yes. Yeah, that is correct.
And
which
when
we talked about Andrew on episode a couple ago, like we talked about that a little bit. Like, black IPAs are kind of making this resurgence a little bit, which is great. And I don't think they're not taking over the hazy crown of fucking IPAs. They're not going to be the top dog for all, but I think people were appreciating what they were and what they are, and people are trying to like kind of, because I love. I mean, black IPAs are like Cascadian IPAs, what they used to call them too. Delicious, right? I mean, they're really good. So happy to see them making a comeback. Love when Street Cred comes out. So yeah, okay.
And then if you're here around Father's Day, you need to go to BRI for the peach lolly, because I really don't like golden ales. And that is a strong golden ale with peach, but it's a very good peach beer. But I think they only release it around Father's Day.
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
You're not a peach guy.
It's not peach guy either.
You had a peach ring beer. What beer was that?
No, that was not beer. That was a.
That was a seltzer. We don't want to even talk about that.
Yeah, no,
that's a whole different show that's coming up.
Yeah.
And then Mango Unchained, which is a mango beer. And then obviously 4-8 OG. It's a solid West Coast IPA for Arizona.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. And it's funny because like West Coast is kind of coming around too. I think people are getting a little like, I don't know, palate lagged or jet lagged from fucking all the hazies they're drinking. That the West Coast is kind of coming back around a little bit.
It's a really good reset. Like if you just go and find lagers and West Coast IPAs to kind of reset your palate after drinking so many hazies and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's nice.
So you're still not arguing with me yet.
I mean, peach lolly. I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, listen, of the repertoire, yeah. I mean, that's probably. I mean, yes, I agree with that. I mean, Dark Side.
Remember, you got
Dark Side Till I Die, though.
Yeah, I
mean, that's another name. One like I went to the Willow Home Tours. And they had
remember the one-handed Jedi?
No, the Brisket Strikes Back or whatever with a food truck. And I was like, that's where I'm going. Like, I'm literally, I don't even care what food they make. I know it's brisket. It doesn't matter. I'm going there. So Dark Side Till I Die had me at Dark Side. It doesn't matter what kind of beer that is. I'm drinking it, right? So,
right.
Yeah.
So number 6 has kind of hit Arizona by storm. I mean, we saw it coming. It was a long time coming, but Roses by the Stairs. And I put the Sherry Deer, because that was the first beer we had from them. That was the prickly pear Berliner Weiss.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude. And it is funny. Like talking to Jordan made so much it was. I know you told me. I'm sure at some point that happened. I don't listen to you all the time, Ed.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes my next point very poignant.
So when it's funny because like the beers were like, yeah, it's really good, and then started kind of getting better, and then increasingly better, and then started ramping up, and I was just like, they're making some pretty hot beers coming out of here and by the stairs. That's awesome. It really timed well with when Jordan started going there. So, get it. Totally understand. Yeah, I mean, and that gold, that
6 gold coins.
6 gold coins we had, that was phenomenal.
Right, which from what I was looking, it's a chocolate imperial stout at 12%, so it's a beast.
It's a huge guy.
It looks like they use either different kinds of vanilla or I think it's vanilla beans that they put in there or chocolate. I know they use Zach's chocolate.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was part of it, but so they have a couple of versions of it, but yeah, it's a 12% imperial chocolate stout, which it's good.
Look,
and then go back to your point, like you don't listen to me, and very rarely when we're not drinking together do we hardly message each other and say, "Oh yeah, this beer's good. You need to get it." Or,
right.
Most of the time, it's like, "This is crap. Don't drink this beer."
Yeah.
But you sent me the Carry Me Home, their New England IPA, and you're like, you have to try this one. Which the thing that makes it even better is that beer has cashmere in it. I do not like cashmere.
Yeah, I think okay. Yeah, now I just say that I do remember that. I remember being like, "This is weird that it actually has cashmere in it," and I really like this because it didn't have. It wasn't. I wonder how they used it in there. I wonder if Jordan actually did it. Like, we get the question to ask Jordan.
Yeah, we'll have to go talk to Jordan and
see if that was something that we talked to him about. But like, yeah, dude, they are making some good beers, and I think they're definitely an uppercomer. Like, it's one of those things where it's like,
right, because they hit the ground running and like they've hit some bangers right off the bat.
Yeah, like and if you're coming to Arizona and like you're like, that's the thing is like I go to like other places, and I don't want like the big guys of the world. Right? I don't want to go in there and be like, oh, give me the Pipeworks of fucking Chicago. Like that's a very, that's a.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of part of this list too. Is that Instagram question of like, hey, I'm going to this place. Where should I go?
Right. I want the things that are the not giant breweries, the breweries that like Rosebud by the Stairs is a great example because it's like this brewery that's still really small that can make great small batch style beers and use some really good ingredients in it, and you're not going to pay $45 for a bottle of fucking like dark fucking whatever from Bottle Logic. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those big stouts, you're
fundamental observation.
Yeah, that's some of those guys.
$32 for a bottle.
Holy,
or whatever.
Yeah, like something like that. Where you're like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, I get it, but that's okay. My bank account doesn't get it.
By the way, this Dreamsicle is $26 for a 4-pack.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
they better use real oranges in this time.
Yeah, they better.
Did they use the eating oranges or the juicing oranges?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Chase.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him. Well, he don't work there anymore. He don't know.
He probably knows.
Yeah, he probably knows.
You can ask the right questions.
Yeah.
He could be our undercover guy.
All right. So,
and then back to that is talking about John Rowley.
Oh, yeah.
He'll probably come up more than once in this list. But he did point out like the novelty of prickly pear fruit.
Right.
He said, like, do you understand how much you have to put in to actually get a prickly pear flavor in a beer?
Probably so much.
And Roses by the Stairs might have done it.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird floral fruity Berliner Weiss that's solid.
But I wonder if it's because they probably put less in just because of the base that they had to use, right? Like that's a very clear. That's my thing is my mind is like, okay, well, Berliner Weiss base, if you use that, it's going to be clear, it's going to be bright, it's going to be a little bit of tart and sour, and then you put in something on top of that. It doesn't have to be just a fucking punch in the face amount of that much flavor into it. Where if you try to put it into an IPA,
right, where
you're really having to battle
back up the dump truck.
Yeah. That's going to be insane. Like, you think about the old Sam Adams commercial where it's like, oh, we put 25 hops per barrel. Like, it's fucking stupid bullshit. And you're like, yeah, you would have to put gallons per barrel. It'd like 50-50 a prickly pear. So I don't know. But yeah, definitely good. Break?
Right, because we'll get into the top 5.
All right, let's do this.
So we'll take a break.
We'll be back.
Chris has to order pizza or something.
Oh, no.
Welcome back, everybody. We are ready to do the top 5 beers and breweries.
Top 5
list
that I'm going to disagree with wholeheartedly.
You should just.
I'm just gonna,
Nate's not here, so
I'm gonna try to like not agree with you on any of these things. We'll see.
For a little bit of a recap, we had Tombstone for the Oregon Lots.
Okay. At
number 10, Pedal House for Day Drinker at number 9.
Yeah.
Oro for their Singularity series.
I think it should be a little higher, but yeah, okay.
Just because they don't have volume, I would say that's why they're so
okay.
low.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
BRI for Street Cred and 480.
Okay.
And then Roses by the Stairs because they're the new kid on the block and they're making some bangers.
Yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, I mean, listen, some of this is going to listen. I think that radius circle, depending on where you're going to be at. Like if you're coming to the West Valley, like Glendale Arena area to do something out that way, sports related, probably.
Right, because Saddle Mountain's won GABF medals, but it's way too fucking far.
Yeah. But like. Yeah,
I took that into account too. It's like how listen. It's if the beer's available in the valley.
All right,
because there's a couple breweries coming up that aren't available in the valley, but they are.
So we have a Wren House beer and a Wren House beer to try. Which one do you want?
I'll try the Wren House beer.
All right. Well,
are they on this list?
I guess you'll try this lager.
I'll drink the lager. I'm a hoppy lager boy.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm not.
You're not. That's why you're not on the podcast.
Oh, the best sound ever. Hate it. Yeah, no.
At least you didn't open it into the mic.
This is the Moon, the IPA from them. Listen, I'm gonna challenge my inner Nate here. This is a little older.
It's not that old.
I am Nate right now. This is a really old goddamn beer.
Right.
Because this has been out for a while.
So yeah. So if you're
delicious though.
For some reason, if you decide to listen to this halfway through, yeah, if you're spending a weekend in Arizona, these are the beers and or breweries that you need to try if these beers are available.
All right, so if you only have
72 hours or 48 hours in Arizona.
If you're coming here to like catch a spring training game, or if you're here to like
you fly in on Friday night or Friday afternoon, you can leave on Sunday.
You maybe have one day like Saturday to kind
of 1.5 days.
Go to some place.
Right.
This is where you should go. Okay. Yep. All right.
So we did
and this is from anywhere? Like if you're looking at West Valley? Like you're going to the West Valley for a conference.
There's nothing in the West Valley you'd want to go to.
That's not true.
What? Simple Machine? Is that where you're going?
No. That's not West Valley. That's like North. That's like North Valley.
8-bit?
Yeah, 8-bit.
They're not on my list.
Oh, boo.
They just don't have is there a beer where like, oh, I need to go. If you're close to the West Side, if you're in the West Side, you're going to 8-bit.
100%.
If you're close to the West Side, are you going to 8-bit unless there's a beer?
Yeah, dude, 8-bit. I mean, they're the
Chocolossus.
Yeah, Chocolossus is really good. The Legend of Zylimer,
right?
It's good.
It's not taking you out to 8-bit. You're not driving from your house to 8-bit for any of those beers.
The theme of 8-bit in general. I'm not talking about my house. If I'm literally in the West Valley,
that's not what this list is about.
Fine. All right, fine.
Is there a beer?
I'm trying to find loopholes in your goddamn story here. Fine. Go with your list. Keep going.
Hey, when I went to games you're gonna have to beep that. When I went to Coyotes games in Glendale,
I really hope everybody really enjoyed the beeping of the word.
I would go to 8-bit or TCBC.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude. I completely just blanked that. Yeah. Them alone. They make delicious beers, dude.
But there's nothing in the West Valley that takes you out there.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, if you're an East Valley person and
there's not even it's not like there's an airport out there that you might drive through to get to where you're going.
Well, if you're coming from California to Phoenix.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, then maybe. Well, I mean, listen, they make some really good beers up that way. I'm trying to discount them.
I'm not discrediting them, but
listen, if you're flying into Phoenix, which is the middle, right, Sky Harbor, and you have to go directions wise, probably not the best direction to go.
Right, which is
I mean, I agree with that. I think you're probably right. The concentration of breweries and good breweries is not in that direction.
And here's the other thing. Like Tombstone. Tombstone has a location in the valley.
Oh, they're a hop, skip, and a jump from the airport.
But you can also find their beer at other places.
That's true.
You can't really find 8-Bit. I mean, they do a beer collab with BRI, so you can get 8-Bit at BRI with the Cyril Figgis. So that's kind of a loophole. There's your loophole. Oh, man. You can get Cyril Figgis at BRI.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, all right.
Yes. TCBC doesn't really distribute.
They don't. I wish they did. They make some really, really good beers, man. I think the location they currently are in is kind of small. I think they need to grow a little bit. But I think they're doing good. I think they need to grow at the rate that they're comfortable with. And then we've seen too many places that actually make good beer grow too fast and then fucking burn themselves in the past. So I think they need to grow maybe a little bit faster. I think they'd be a little too cautious. I think they make really good beer, and I think they teach some really good stuff, and I think they have a lot to offer the rest of the valley.
But if you want another loophole, if you go to Oro, you can walk around the corner and go to Chupacabra, and you'll probably find a TCBC beer on there.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go.
And it's right down the street from spring training.
Yeah, well, this fucking list is flawed, Ed.
There's no flaws in this. It's
like Ed thought of everything. That would tell them.
I have contingencies for contingencies. So let's get into the top 5.
All right, let's do this.
Goldwater Brewing.
Okay.
2 locations.
Perfect.
One's in way East Mesa. The other one's in Scottsdale, right outside of downtown, which is good.
Right.
Because it's not in Old Town. You still get kind of douchebaggery.
It's on the cusp.
Right.
It's on the cusp of being Old Town. Right. But you don't have to venture too deep to go to it. And if you want to go venture in and get some ice cream somewhere or some other things, you could do that if you want to. Go buy some turquoise in some of the shops that way.
Right.
You're right there. There's lots going on for that thing.
Do you want to guess my pick? And it's not.
Oh.
No.
Is it the grapefruit beer that you gave them?
Yeah, that I gave. No, it was oranges that I gave
them. Oranges. That's what it was.
It was not the beer that I gave them oranges for.
I mean, I thought you'd be biased in this top 5, but all right. Fine.
No, and neither was it the beer I named, which was goddamn. What's the?
Ooh, listen. This Moon, still really good. It's good. I don't care. My internet's gone. Nate is wrong. This beer's delicious still. Yeah.
The Hoppy Choice, that was the beer I named from Goldwater.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know.
So, no, it's neither of them.
Okay.
The one I went with is very March appropriate and spring training appropriate. It's the Hazy Gates because they are right down the street from the Giants.
They are.
Where the Giants play for spring training.
And listen, all team, things aside, if you no matter what team you're really into, the Cubs game's it's a really cool facility. You have Mesa Review across the street, which is that's great. It's good stuff over there. It's not anything. But really going downtown Scottsdale and going to that game and then going over to I mean, you got them and you have, was it, what's that, the Brat place, the
Brat House?
Brat House, right? Yeah, Brat House, right? Them right next to it, and you have a Sip, was it Sip right there too?
Yeah, you have a coffee shop. You have
Sip has beer.
Yeah,
so they have beer. You have Goldwater right there. You have Brat House over there making some delicious brats and awesome beers there too. It's literally a block walk from the spring training. It's insane how close that is. That downtown area to where it's going on. Parking for the spring training, I'm guessing, okay. I haven't been down there for that. I don't really know.
I don't go to spring training games. That is the equivalent of a tourist trap in Arizona.
I would imagine there's. Listen, you talking about the Sweet and Sour Festival?
Listen, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to pay premium ticket prices for fucking third stringers running around on the field.
No, what I'm saying is this the infrastructure in Old Town is already there for light, not necessarily light rail, but trolleys, cabs,
scooters.
get on a goddamn gondola.
They have a ton of those golf cart
people. Like, it's just, there's tons of it down there
already. It's a huge place for the fucking pedal your own tiki bar.
Right. All that's already there. So there's for you to park outside of Scottsdale, like downtown Scottsdale, get on one of those things, come in town, like come into Old Town Scottsdale, do your fucking shit, get some beers, get some food afterwards. It's a really cool fucking experience.
Right. So Hazy Gates, which is obviously Hazy Gates is the Golden Gate Bridge and the haze of the San Francisco Bay.
Oh, so Hefeweizen?
Yeah, no, it's actually a New England IPA.
Oh.
But they do it for spring training, which is a solid beer.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you come here not during spring training,
hop chowder.
Yes,
like,
that's on the list.
Like, listen, like that is like.
But the one I have above hop chowder is Birthday Suit.
Okay. That's a West Coast
West Coast IPA.
Ooh, that's tough.
Because there's a lot of New England IPAs on this list.
That's a very. Listen. Again, we talked about. I think West Coasties are coming back around a little bit. I think that they definitely make a really good West Coast. Them, the 40 OG, like there's a few people in the valley that are like, listen, it's not going away. It is like, it's right. The OG.
It's a classic style.
It's a classic style. It's not going away, and it's going to come back.
And here's the caveat to this list too. If you know about Goldwater, you're going there to try a hop chowder.
Right.
I'm telling you.
These are the other
you should try a Birthday Suit before you try hop chowder.
Yeah.
And then
don't wreck your palate with the hop chowder and then come back.
Yeah. And then if you're here for the time this gets released, you should definitely go to Goldwater if Moon Rocks is available.
Yeah.
That is a danky, chunky, chewy beer.
Well, they made a the P38 one too. That was really good too, man. Listen,
P40?
Was it a P40?
I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen. All things aside, they do some really good kind of, I wouldn't say single hop series kind of beers, but they do like some one-offs where they do like variations of their standard beer, and they're good. They make really good beer in general. So, yep, agree. Sorry, damn it, it's really hard.
You're looking for it. Okay, so moving on to number 4 is the shop, and the one I put on there is because
Tropic Hot.
No, that's. Damn it. No.
Missed opportunity.
If you go to the shop, the first thing you should get there is the Crispy, the Japanese rice lager.
Oh.
Before you get anything else, you should just go in and get a Crispy.
Yeah.
That'll set the table for everything else you're about to have.
As a non-member of the Hopper Lucky Boys, I do not confer with that. I think that's incorrect.
You're terrible.
You should not do that.
But obviously you go in there and you get church music because that's where what you get everywhere else.
Yeah. Church music, man. Get church music. It's delicious. It's so good. We really want to wreck your palate for a long time. We have to fight them.
Yeah, that's also on the list. And this, I put the shop in order of what you should get.
Okay.
So if I went to the shop, which I do, and this is usually the order I'd go in, is I will order a Crispy, then I'll get a church music, and then if there's nothing else like seasonal or new that they've done, I'll just get a fight 'em.
Oh yeah, so good.
So that's the progression to wreck your palate appropriately.
Yeah, dude, and the shop has like a cool patio, but especially it all depending on what kind of time of year you come, like it could change a little bit too. But like, even in summer, they actually have a lot of shade there and stuff, and the patio is sweet. They have food truck there. It's a cool vibe in general at the shop. Yeah. Damn it.
And then if you're in town
I disagree with your choices. The crispy lager.
Oh, really? You want to go fight them first and then end with the crispy? So you don't even taste it?
No, just remove the crispy in general, unless you like those kinds of beers, and then you're not listening to this podcast.
And then this is another one where, in the rare occasion where you're like, you have to try this beer.
All right.
The business ethics.
Business ethics. Dude, if oh man, I wish they canned it more.
Right.
That's the thing. They
canned it like twice, 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3, maybe 2 for sure, maybe 3. Which we were told at one point that they would be like, this is gonna be a normal rotation.
Which it was an experimental beer to start. They're like, oh, we don't want to waste a lot of money testing out our new system, or
and it came out so good.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, yeah, I guess we should brew this again.
Delicious. And yeah, like listen, if there's any beer in your if you're at the shop and they have a beer in time called Business Ethics, get it.
Right.
It's gonna be delicious. So,
and then the rare unicorn, if for any reason, Tropic Like It's Hot comes back
on top,
you should go there. You should book a flight just for that beer.
I agree with that. All right. Damn it.
Number 3, and this is my 2 and 3 are controversial.
All right.
Because if you come to Phoenix area, you might find the beer, but they're not in Phoenix. Okay. Number 3 is Dark Sky Brewing. The beer I picked is Astro Cookie, which you have to go to Flagstaff to get Astro Cookie.
Yeah,
you're not going to find it in the Valley.
You're not, and so that kind of defeats Ed's whole point of this.
But
I mean,
the next 2 beers you can
radius out, okay?
Because we did drink this beer
earlier,
Rainy Days.
Oh yeah, okay. I had that beer once or twice, as I'm told. It's delicious.
I've been informed.
It's pretty good. It's good beer. They can it now,
right? And then the Westie, which is right up there with Crispy because you hate it. You're not a hoppy lager boy. I'm not a hoppy lager boy. But you can find more Dark Sky Brewery beers down here.
I am a hoppy lager boy. I am not a lager boy.
So the Westie, which you've had, you like.
Yeah. I like some of their bigger stouts mixed with some of their sours.
And then they did, I forget the name of the beer, but they basically released it like a Red Bull can at Trevor's.
Really?
Remember that? We were there at Trevor's with Ryan.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like it was the silver and blue.
No, they had
the can style.
Yeah, the can style.
Yeah, so they have a bunch of stouts that are like that.
Right.
And they're really just freaking like, I mean, those are like 16, 17% IPA, like not IPA stouts, like big stouts.
Right. And I guess it's no big news because it's public now. Dark Sky has some distribution coming. So that's why they're so high on this list.
Yep. We'll see more.
Yeah.
We'll see more.
It's awesome. Then the rare beer you can find, which is super good, and this goes back to Crown Control, is the Cielo Oscuro.
Dude, that's a very obscure beer from them.
Right.
Wow.
We might not ever see it again, but like I could easily be like, oh yeah, you need to get Dark Sky Cielo Oscuro. And it's like you'll never see that beer again.
Yeah, you probably won't. Man, that was a good beer from them guys. I mean, listen, you could literally go to an anniversary party for them and be like, you should get this and this and this. You never see it because that came out for the anniversary party. And especially Dark Sky, they do like 300 plus beers a year. Like really hard to find their beers in general. And then at this point, they're making, a handful of beers and they're canning it. Those are the ones you should get anyways.
Right.
That's how it works because they're only going to can the beers. They're going to be just fire because they do so many beers. And they don't, they weren't great. They're going to put them in a can. So, damn it, Ed. I don't agree with you this much. This is not great.
You feel dirty inside?
Yeah, this is awful.
So, number 2 is Pueblo Vita.
Okay.
And the beer I put on this list is Andromeda because you can actually get it.
All right.
At beer shops. There's only a few beer shops you can get it at.
I mean, recently, listen, this is a very recent news, Ed.
Like if 2023,
you would talk to me 2 weeks ago, I've been like, you're fucking stupid. You can't get fucking Pueblo Vita in the Valley.
Right.
You're dumb.
Exactly.
Now you can.
Yep.
So you're less dumb.
And you can get, over Dark Sky, Flagstaff is what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, well,
you can get to Tucson in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Either way you're going, I feel Flagstaff probably a little less, but like Tucson has some. If you're a foodie, man, there's some good places down there too.
Right.
Like there's more than a reason to go down there. Like if you're gonna go there with some significant other that's like, I'm not really into beer, but I like some food. Tucson's the way to go at this point. There's some pretty good places in Flagstaff, but like not like Tucson.
Nope.
It's getting crazy down there for that kind of stuff. So like we go down there for food and get some beer for me. Cool.
Yeah. If you've looked at, I don't know if I posted it on the Hoppy Craftsmen Instagram, but that bacon wrap burrito that I had.
Right. Which is insane. But listen, if this is July, then this is a completely different story.
Right.
I'm going to Flagstaff. I don't care. So there is that.
But if we had to record a show,
yeah,
I could drive to Tucson, pick up beer, which I have done before,
and then drive back.
Picked up Pueblo Vita and been back to record.
Yep, sure. Yep.
So proximity, people are bringing it in more consistently. It's not again, Dimension Ground Control. It's not Ian driving down
No,
to Tombstone or whatever to pull.
I hope that they're getting to the point of where they realize more and more that they can sell a lot more than they can. And maybe it's just more, all like logistics in general, like for them, it's just, going from there to here is just a lot, and they just don't need to deal with it. And they already have enough success down in Tucson to mess with it. But, at some point I think it's going to come up where they're going to have to start distributing up here more and to a greater extent.
Right.
So.
And then you have Fire and Ember. We've seen those up here. The one you brought, the Sirius.
Sirius is kind of there. Yeah. Listen, logistics. If you can get logistics ever from them, that is their wet hop series they get, and they get those fucking hop. They go up there and like they choose the hops from themselves. They get them shipped. Within it's the same day shipped in, and then they make a beer with it. It is awesome. So like if you're at Pueblo Vita in Tucson and you can get fucking logistics, do it.
Right.
It's amazing.
And then the two rare ones I have. Well, It's not rare, but you don't see it very often, but is the Order Up Coffee Stout.
Okay.
Which is, you're not a huge stout guy, but again, you pointed that one out to me and you've brought that over multiple times.
It's really good. Yeah, well, it's the coffee that does me for me too. Like like a coffee stout, and I'm like, I'm in. It's just like you're like, oh, it's an Irish stout or it's a dry. I'm like, whatever. That's cool. I'll try it maybe, but no coffee stout. All right, I'll try it. I'm in for that because coffee adds so much more dimension to a stout in general because coffee is so dimensional. So you add that to it. It's completely different from year to year too. So I like it.
And then obviously, if they ever do it again, the Just Friends, the collab with Wren House.
Well, I don't think they'll ever do it again. But the 10 was really good from them, and they did a 17 too, I think, as well, right? It was a 10 and 17, or they did another one. But they did two freeway series from them. The 10 was phenomenal. That was like Killer Bee Honey collab with Wren, like early on. That was so good. But you're probably never getting that beer.
Probably not.
You're never getting that beer ever again. So I understand why it doesn't make your list per se, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why I went with Just Friends.
Yeah,
if there's a beer we get a chance to get, it might be that one.
That's probably true.
But then, there's the rice. What was the rice lager beer or rice? It's the beer Nate loved.
Oh, was it a lager?
It was a hoppy, or was it a horchata beer that they did? They did like a rice beer that Nate loved. That speaks volumes on its own.
Yeah, don't know. I'm sure I've had it. I'm just trying to blank from what. Again, I don't know names, and I definitely don't know lager names.
Right, you don't even remember beers you've had.
Yeah, that's a true story. I'll let you tell me what beers I've had.
Do you want to guess number one? It's obvious. We're drinking it.
Grand Canyon Brewing.
Right. It's Four Peaks Kilt Lifter.
No.
That's the number one beer. No, absolutely not. Wren House beer.
Yeah.
Brewing.
Listen,
you could literally go, if you wanted to make a top 10 list, you could just go to Wren House and be like, give me all 10 beers you have.
Well,
currently. You
could, all things considered too, if you flew into Sky Harbor and you landed in Sky Harbor, you could take even if you had like a 3-hour layover, you could drive to Wren House in an Uber, right? Have a few beers, drive back to the airport, and get to the airport within no time, and then get back on your flight.
Listen, Wren House should just make a beer called Carry On, because 9 times out of 10, if you go there during the week, there's people sitting in there with carry-ons, either coming in or going out.
Good, they should. That's the kind of places that I want to know about when I go to other cities.
Right.
That's the places where I'm like, what's the Wren House
of Montana?
Yeah, I don't go to Montana a lot, but if I did, it wouldn't be Moose Drool. I wouldn't be getting Moose Drool suitcases of that. I would be packing my bag full of something else.
Nebraska?
Again, something
else.
What's
the Wren House in Nebraska?
What's the Wren House in Yeah. What? If I ever go there, I would like to know. At one point, I went to Minnesota and was like, I went to Surly, and I went to a craft beer place there, and I bought a bunch of bottles of stuff from there. And some was Surly because I couldn't get Surly here anymore. But I'm sure there's some other random small brewery there I did know about that I wanted to get there. I should have got their beer, but I just don't know what it is, right? And you don't know what that is if you don't live there. Good for those people that come here and packing their suitcases full of Red House.
The beer I put, it's not Spellbinder, because if you know about Spellbinder, you know about Ren House and vice versa.
Okay.
You're going to have Spellbinder if you go to Ren House. Even if you just see the label sitting somewhere or you see the cans, you're going to be like, what is that beer? I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it's noticeable. I can see it.
The beer I put was Lady Banks.
All right.
You probably don't agree with, but...
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
You're not a Goza guy. You're a sour stout guy, but...
No, I mean, I like Goza, but I'm much more traditional wild ale style beers. Like, I like those way better.
It's very weird because it's a sour beer, but it's very floral.
Yeah.
So that can be off-putting. I understand that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's not a...
But obviously, you need to go get the GABF beers, Spellbinder, Valley Beer.
Yeah.
They do variations on both, which is cool. They're not afraid to experiment with Spellbinder. They're not afraid to experiment with Valley Beer.
I mean, if you're going to Ren House and you're going to sit in Ren House and not worry about taking things away, there's a whole Swirl Society cans, stouts, and barrel aged beers that you can fucking get there that you can't get anywhere else. Like, you're not buying a can of that to go, right?
Nope.
If you're sitting in Ren House and you're out of town and you're trying some fucking beers, anything that's not in that case that's to go, try it.
Any of the King Snake stuff or the Cactus series.
All those. Yeah, dude. Like,
if you're at Ren House and you see a society member order a bottle, a lot of I've done it.
Yeah.
Or I've opened King Snake because people have been from out of town. Like,
here,
try this.
Yeah. Like those, that's the kind of beer that I want to try there. Like, that's the stuff that's like, I'm here. I can't get this anywhere else. I can't buy it, right? Like, I can't buy it and take it with me. It's like you go to the cooler and be like, oh, give me one of those fucking King Snakes. They're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
That's not going to happen. That's the beer I want to try.
Right. And they do the full gambit. They have West Coast IPA. They have floggers. They have dark beers. They have stouts. They have IPAs. They have,
soon enough,
they're not afraid to try styles.
No, and soon enough, we're going to have a whole another place that's going to be just not the traditional styles of beer. I'm sorry.
Or the traditional.
Traditional, depending on your
not the commonplace beers.
When you came into the craft beer scene, like, is it going to be the old world style beers or is it going to be the new world style beers situation going on? But yeah, they're going to have a bunch of beers that you just normally don't see people making. They're super popular, but they're doing it well. And
right. They did an Italian Pilsner for their anniversary. That was amazing. I know you're not a hoppy lager boy.
You guys gotta really start that podcast, dude. I'm gonna step down for a while because it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, listen.
But like it, I mean, if you come into town and there's anything related to the Wally series,
listen,
like 100%.
Listen, come to town, go to Gadzooks, get a fucking baked enchilada like Chipotle style, and then you get a fucking any Ren beer that they have on tap. Which you should do. It's delicious.
And then Drew, because I know Drew listens to this show, fucking do Dankworth with Galaxy, please.
Let's get back. Let's go bring it back around to that.
Right.
Because Dankworth with Galaxy that's the OG, and that was the one that fucking sparked it all. But I think,
not saying that they haven't done great beers with Galaxy.
No. But listen, I think try new things, and I think also maybe it's funny because we talk to people that make beer and you talk to brewers and stuff, and like it's so interesting to hear them, and they're like, oh, we went to Yakima and we tried the fucking, it wasn't good this year. We didn't order any of it. So it wasn't great. And so like for them to try other things, which was cool, but like, as a consumer, you don't realize those kinds of constraints that they have on them, where like it's like, I just want fucking Dankworth Galaxy, and they're like, listen, can't get it. If we could get it, it's gonna be fucking 5 times as much as it should be. I'm gonna charge you fucking like $35 a fucking 4-pack, and you're gonna lose your fucking mind for it. Like, I get it. So there could be some of those things involved in some of that. And I think it's probably hopefully what it is, but you never know.
Well, yeah, and it's ownership too, because we talked to Matt at from BRI at Strong Beer Fest, and we asked him about canning street cred. And he's
Right.
like, I got to find the right label
Yep.
and logo to like do this your beer justice. And it's like, he's not going to sacrifice just canning that beer
Because he can.
for the sake of canning it.
Right.
So I could get, there's probably some of that, but God damn it, Drew, do Dankworth with Galaxy.
Yep. I agree.
Yep. You agreed with this whole list.
God,
That's
it.
amazing.
I feel dirty. I'm taking a shower right now. So
Feels so justified.
the worst. Thanks, Ed.
Yep. I did it just for you.
All right. Well,
Is there anything I missed? Do you think there's a brewery or a beer that should be on this list? Like if you come to Arizona, if you're from Minnesota and you're freezing your ass off right now, and you're like, I'm going to go to Phoenix because it's 72 degrees. What beer are you telling people to get? You have friends from out of state. Where do you tell them to go?
yeah. No, I mean, I think that's a pretty good list. I think that's a pretty good list of really good breweries. I mean, and it's funny because like that list is kind of ever changing. I mean, I think a few years ago, the Dreamsicle from Wilderness would have been a lot higher on that list, right? And
Then honorable mention.
yeah, I mean, at this point, it's crazy, but
Well, and that's what I said. The Dankworth. If you come to Arizona and Dankworth is on tap, you should go get that. I haven't seen Dankworth in a while, and
no, I think that's a good call. I mean, there are some really good places in the valley. I mean, like I said, I like 8-Bit. I think 8-Bit makes really good beer. I mean, if you're talking about flying into Phoenix and you're talking about maybe getting some dark sky beers at some of the places across the valley, it's gonna be hard to find. Or driving to 8-Bit, it might be easier to drive to 8-Bit for me.
right.
Have their beers like that. That to me is kind of irksome. I mean,
because you've gotten multiple beers. You literally bought one tonight from Trevor's for
right. But
dark sky.
But there's been definitely a run of nothing from them for months. Like they were at Trevor's when they first opened, and then there wasn't anything for them for like 8 months, and now we're seeing more beers from them again. So it's inconsistent when you can get their beer here. Which you can, you should 100%. I don't disagree with that. But if we're talking about not getting their beer here, right, and having to go to Flagstaff or having to drive to the West Valley, drive to the West Valley.
You just stop on your way for
go to
your
8-Bit
day trip to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, there you go. 100% true. I mean, other than that, I mean, Mother Road makes some good beer, right? I mean, they're freaking, they make good beer. It's a small brewery in Flagstaff.
What's their black IPA? The
what is it?
Lost Highways? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Lost
Highways, and then obviously Tower Station.
Tower Station is big from them too. That's really good beer. I mean, if you're going to make, again, this could be a day trip to Flagstaff beer like podcast. I mean, there are a list, and that'd be on there for sure. I think if you're flying to Sky Harbor and you're not going to go to Flagstaff to get that beer, but you can get that beer everywhere though, right? Like I can go to Bash's and get that beer. I can go to a grocery store and get beer, get the Tower Station. It might be the freshest Tower Station in the world, but there's a ton of it everywhere.
Right.
And it's a really good beer. But
so maybe the next list is of the obscure beer breweries in Arizona you should go to.
Yeah.
Like Crooked Tooth. Like it was hard not to put Crooked Tooth on this list.
Crooked Tooth in 1912. And I mean, there's a bunch of people that are completely out of the radar of the valley in general. If distance isn't an there's no option, right?
Right.
If you're just like, listen, I'm going to tour across the whole state and get the best beer in the state, that's a different list.
Right.
So, well, cool, Ed. You're really
so upset right now.
I know. Listen,
so angry.
I'm not a big fan of having to agree with you this whole time, but I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong for this criteria, so I can't fault you for it, but I want to.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Together, that's fun.
It was.
As much as I don't like,
even though you didn't like the dreamsicle. So.
Well, listen, you start with the bad and you ended with the good, so I'm okay with it.
Honorable mention to number 1. It's almost like that was planned or something.
It's like that. Well, if people want to learn more about us and get more information about the podcast, where should they go?
They should go to hoppycraftsmen.beer. Maybe I'll even post this list.
Oh, there you go.
As a blog.
Make a blog post out of this with pictures and stuff.
Right.
Wow. Craziness.
Crazy times.
It's like a throwback to Ed's old days when he was actually a blogger.
Yeah. And then you can find us on Instagram at the Hoppy Craftsmen. Like I said, Facebook and Twitter are dead to us. Contact us there. We are most interactive. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Hoppy Craftsmen. And we do have a few Patreon supporters. Chris, who are those people?
Those people are Riley Greenbaum, Zach Dominguez, Rob Fulmer, Jeff Johnson, and Terrence Hollows. Thanks for supporting the show, guys. We appreciate it. There is some costs associated with creating a podcast. You know, there's hosting fees and I mean, there's domain fees and there's all this other stuff. And then, I mean, literally a lot of the gear that we listen to on us right now, we actually used that money that people support us with to actually buy this gear. So it was actually really helpful for us.
Right.
So
we need some mobile equipment for beer festivals because this last time was a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, like more and more that we do it, we realize that, you know, having a bunch of gear and a bunch of wires and a bunch of like microphones, it's very clunky and it's hard to do. And there's a lot of stuff that we can get to make it a little easier and streamlined. And it's funny, like if I would take a picture when we first, I mean, and I probably have some pictures of us like our first setup, like, you know, we have tons of microphones and cables, and we have a giant 12-channel mixer, and I had a laptop, and going from that to what we are currently, it's leaps and bounds so much better. So love to be able to do that with our streaming, maybe not streaming, but like, you know, like out in the field setup, like a little bit.
Right. Our mobile setup would be
much better if we could do some of that stuff with. So we'd appreciate it if you guys could help support us. You know, I think our lowest tier is like $1, and then on that it's like $5. So helping basically buy one of us a beer every month is, you know, not a huge deal if you look at it that way. So we appreciate it. We actually do stickers, and you know, we're constantly thinking of ideas maybe for other merchandise like glassware and stuff like that. So
we also do Patreon only episodes,
and we've done a lot more in the past, and hope to do more in the future. So help support us.
But we did lose our joke of passing beer over the mixer because we don't have the mix. We don't use the mixer anymore.
Yeah. We did not spill a beer on that mixer ever, so it was great. Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate your support. Yeah. Until next time.
Bye.
Later.